из-за стрима, это просто виснет сама, типа, игра, я не знаю, что с этим делать. Это такой тупизм. Ладно, один раз, ну уже два, господи. Сейчас посмотрим, нормально стрим или нет. Мне так это бесит, я так не люблю, когда у меня все виснет. Хочу. Чего хоть? Ха-ха. Че, рили? А кто? Нормально. Я знаю, она же мне сказала, что она с ним рассталась.
Hello again, Mr. Blight. I'm happy to see Mr. Thatcher is safe, for now.
I'm eternally grateful, Doctor. We were total strangers and you helped us anyway. Can't thank you enough, sir.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. Couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Ну, Диан, я не знаю. Это бред. Ну, это ее дело. Если хочешь. Блин, почему игра виснет посередине стрима? Это тупо. Ну, там это... Как в этот Wild Chapel попасть? Окей, сейчас. Ну, я сейчас часок, если опять зависнет, то я, наверное, буду записывать игру прохождения. Везде заперты двери, это так бесит. Блин, да ты... Давай, иди сюда, уж тут разберемся. Все. Слишком ты. Ну, по идее, мне нужно туда попасть. А как? Что? А, это северный док, я, значит, попаду. Но там дверь закрыта. В чем прикол?
It's locked.
А если туда идти, куда я попаду? Я попаду вообще в больницу. А, нормально. Ну, только вон там проход есть. Все, короче, надо там как-то, я не знаю как, но надо там. Тут двое.
I cannot enter.
Капец, я, наверное, уже полчаса не могу добраться до этого Wild Чепеля. Да, Чепеля. Фу, если бы она опять зависла бы, я бомбанул бы. Не знаю, она может один раз в месяц виснет. Сейчас посмотрим. Ну, по идее, нам сюда, нам только отсюда. А как, куда, что? Вообще непонятно. Убежище. Тут даже убежище есть. Вот, оно где-то здесь. Может так через низ попробовать. А, разгулялся через низ, конечно. Серьезно, почему нельзя во время боя наверх переместиться? Что вы тут видите?
It's locked.
Я не знаю, что делать. Куда вообще, как идти? Ладно. Давайте попробуем их убить. Только еще из этого получится хорошего, вообще непонятно. А! Да вон, вот этих убивают. А, у меня даже... Здорово, псина. Че, у них нет ни ключей, ничего? Во, надо было их убить, камон! Откуда я должен знать был это? Такой вряд.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Спасибо. Я так не понял бы, что у меня есть это. И пекал бы еще 100 раз. Ну, у меня очень все плохо, у меня нет ни крови, ни с чего. Опа-на!
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
The word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Ну, по идее, он же такой же убийца, как и я. Пойдем, мы слёдники, пойдем, все будет хорошо. Надеюсь, все готовы?
I'm not afraid anymore. I died in this trench a long time ago.
О, нифига себе. Я так понимаю, если я выпью человеческой прям крови, что я прям, ну, выносливый, наверное, буду. Давай с этим поговорим.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from
Ну,
you.
понимаете, надо убить человека, а потом, типа, ему это...
Goodbye, young man.
Ну, молодых я не убиваю. Я, типа, добрый вампир. Ой, здравствуйте.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Тут всё подка...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Ну, мы наконец-то добрались. У-ху. Зачем ты стучишься?
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Я второй раз
There's
постучал.
no one in.
When science fails you, this elixir...
Не, я иду обратно. Ну, сюда только... А, там еще один проход есть. Но он тоже, конечно,
I cannot
закрыт.
enter.
Нет, это я бессмысленно. Действие... А как расследовать? Еще раз постучимся. Вот
No
на
one's there.
Ну, тогда вот так вот только если. В чем смысл? В чем прикол? С ним еще раз
Good
поговорить.
evening, my dear colleague.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
Как это сделать? Что тут написано? Я не понимаю, мне. Ладно, надо, мне кажется, поспрашивать сейчас.
Please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Вот это вот барыга. Можно его убить?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Вот, святой. Вот с кем надо поговорить.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Понятно.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Don't be shy, handsome.
Ого,
What can Christina
я
do
кое-что
for you?
нашел.
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
Блин,
But
ну
I'd
ты
like
вообще
to ask
такой
you a few
скучный.
questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Нормально так.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I'm sure you could have found another job, perhaps less lucrative. Maybe you should try again.
And when exactly was the last time you looked for a job? Or worried about the rent, or what, or when you were going to eat?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Ну раз я не могу тобой
Goodbye, miss.
воспользоваться, то
Take care
пока.
of yourself as best you can. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked.
Пам-пам-пам, я уже не знаю, что мне делать. Мы очень медленно двигаемся. Я чуть туплю. Не понимаю, что надо сделать, что от меня хотят в этой игре. Блин, я вампир, почему я не могу сквозь забор так? Фышк. Давай еще не загрузить. Спасибо. Пойдем. Как-то добьем. Додумаем, я не знаю. Да неужели я научился как следить? Камон! Полчаса бродил.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
It's locked, all right. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Опять закрытая дверь. Меня бесит вот уже везде закрытые двери, господи. А, нет, туда я не хочу.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night.
А, она занимая.
It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about this.
Занимая.
A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have to be clever. You don't seem to need my medical attention for now. Very well. Goodbye then.
Господи. Самый бессмысленный разговор в жизни. А, я в храм не могу зайти, я же боюсь. Крестов. Привет. Я ее знаю.
evidence and trickery.
Спасибо, что она не закрыта. Здорово. О! Откуда вы взялись-то тут все? Спасибо. Вот теперь мне крысы нужны. А, вот.
Morbidity can breathe its own.
Привет.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes
Вот
cannot
теперь ты
see.
ходишь крыс, а крыски тебя не
Are you an
хотят.
artist of some
Ауф.
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Так.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery.
Любая девушка, если она не говорит, она прекрасна.
Kindness and sweetness.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious Camellia.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week,
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though. If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, if you feel all right, that's fine. How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does
Как
she
жизнь?
trust you?
Привет, нормально.
Friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
Так.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Понятно.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
А тут нет станка, нельзя что-нибудь сделать. Я бы ему сразу сделал. Не знаю, посмотрим. Ну, я хотел давно просто Vampyr пройти, и типа вот. Она тем более по скидке, почему бы и нет.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort.
Она без маски даже,
Liquids for
come on.
dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Да если бы она ушла, мне было бы легче. Никогда не хотел быть врачом. Вот, никогда. Кстати, Ванёк, как вы будете сдавать-то ЕГЭ?
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to
Блин,
the
вот,
authorities?
конечно, повезло. ОГЭ, они не сдают 2 по выбору предмета.
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary. But this dispensary is incapable of coping
Блин,
with the
весь год,
outbreak.
ну, на самом деле, было бы
It's only a question
обидно.
of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
No.
I'm not ashamed. I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives and you took them. But we had so much in common, Doctor. Don't you see that?
Да, вкусно. Да пофиг, я не хочу быть добрым, я хочу быть злым вампиром. Добрым слишком быть.
It's locked.
А чё? Не понял. Ты ж чилил. Я вампир 3-го поколения. Вы угораете? Вы серьезно? Я застрял в текстурах. Блин, ну что это? Капец. Это такой тупизм. Просто. Отсюда, блядь. О! Come here. Давай, он сейчас толкнет меня. Давай, бля! Я не могу! Это такой-то... О! Демоны! Блять, меня само сейчас убьют. Да отвалите от меня! Уроды! Я вас не вижу, уроды! Уйди, демоны! Ага. Может, мне надо кровь у вас попить, братан. О! Ням-ням-ням-ням-ням-ням-ням-ням-ням-ням. Черт, но! Пика сказать. Я не умру. Так, ты остался. Он меня сейчас убьет. Бля, пизда. О! Слава богу, просто я бы так, наверное, пробомбил бы, если я перезагружался бы. Пец, уроды, просто не вижу вас. Кстати, как сейчас будет? Да вообще норм, если честно, мне вообще пофиг. Типа, у меня, училки, как у всех, а так особо. Зато я нашел свою любимую девушку, благодаря 10 классу. Мне 10 класс только принес одно счастье. Все. Особо больше он мне ничего не дал. Дверь закрыта.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
Ой! Я как бы на вас не планировал, пацанчики. О! Вы чё? Вы чё? Не, я обратно. Блин, да я у нас не рассчитывал, вы чё? Хотя бы сказали там, Вован, типа, все, как бы... Я бы там прокачался бы 6000 опыта, не просто так. Да господи, демоны. Уйди. Блин. Что ты, бля? О! Я вас убью, мне пофиг. Вот. Он такой... Уйти. Блин. Жоп. Спасибо. Очень приятно. Господи, такой тупой. Он просто стоит и выглядит, как его напарник там. Ага. Отдых. Я с любыми из вас справлюсь. Ты что думаешь? Да господи, да ты отстань от меня, уйди там, постой! Блин. Что ты... Господи, да... И чё ты? Все. Отдых. Фу. Да, господи, встань. Господи. А, нормально. Чесночок. Да крови нужно. А, он уже здесь. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой, нормально так пострадал-то. Кусить, кусить. Да господи. А. Уйдите от меня. Маленьким берберочком, вот так вот. Убил. Фу. А. Отстань. Все. Долго же я с ним, наверное. Фу. Давайте прокачаемся, что ли. Что ли надо прокачаться? Так. Надо вот это прокачать обязательно. Ярость. Давайте вот это. Нет, 1300 много. Блин, 1300. Бездна. Вы создаете верхнюю, правый, кое вы концентрируете свою силу, сдать кровь цветным. Давайте вот это тогда уж. Это. Стойкость. Ну мы нормально так хорошо прокачались. Сейчас я, наверное, с этим... Да. Направил людей Неважно куда. Давайте с кем поговорим уже. Блин, надо вот это, давайте ее вылечим.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, permanently. You will not be bothered anymore by the woman.
And who was this woman?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane. But I'll wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her? Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reed?
I did what I thought was best, and acted accordingly.
You will learn that trust is a rare and precious commodity in the Immortals' world, my young doctor. And your actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. About us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires? Talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon.
Ой, я это задавал уже. Господи.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Scowl?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I bid you farewell, for now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Так, ну пойдемте исследуем тогда уж. И точно закончим на этом. А то моя вампирша меня убьет.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Ну, короче, все, ребята. Сейчас еще раз посмотрю, что можно улучшить, что нельзя. Ну, мы можем вот только вот это улучшить еще. Ну, это нам не нужно вот это. Короче, все. Всем пока. Завтра тоже будем проходить. Спокойной ночи.